of Kindred.Stitchfolk. I'm Emily. I am so grateful that you have decided to join me here today. I don't know what happened, but we got lots of views on the last episode. Lots of views. Not so many subscribers though. It's really weird. I don't know what's going on. Maybe you guys just don't like me. I'm not your cup of tea. That's totally fine. I don't mind. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. But I am so grateful to those of you who've decided to come back for another round. I really enjoy communing with you, sharing with you, talking with you. On that note, I would really love to see some more comments because I really do want to talk to you guys. I would really love. I feel like I beg. It's okay though. It's all right. All right, my dear friends. Well, today on our episode, we have, let me see here. We have 3 fully completed FFOs, 2, well, okay, maybe 3. I don't know if I want to say it's 2 or 3 partially finished FFOs. Yeah, I know, it sounds weird. And 2 of those are a start and a finish for this one. I've got 5 new starts. What? I know. And I've got 2 whips that you guys have seen before. And I'm super excited to share all of that with you. Now, with that being said, before we get into all the funness, I just want to let you know that you'll see this outfit over the next 3 videos. So get used to it because I'm just in an energetic mood right now. I just decided I'm going to record some YouTube, FlossTube extras today as well. So after this video, in a couple days, maybe Thursday or Friday, I haven't figured out when, FlossTube extra around finishing goodies that are not normal framing ideas, uh, will come out. And then next Monday, I will post the one that I'm also going to film today, which is all my kits, all of them. They're behind you, and it's 2 big baskets, fabric baskets. And even that, they're overflowing a bit. I'm just saying. Okay. But on today, we're going to talk about all the goodness, and I got some acquisitions, and I've decided instead of holding off on sharing my acquisitions with you until there's so much that it's ridiculous, I'm going to just share it when it comes in. Okay? That's just what we're going to do. Everybody else does it that way. Why don't I? Right? All right, so let's talk about my finishes. Now, this is in no particular order, but I have a partially finished one here. This is my quote from Louisa May Alcott in the frame that I got from Amazon. Super cheap. It came in a 2-pack. I will link it below. I know it was less than 10, but my mind says it was 5. I don't know for the 2-pack. Now I took out the plastic, the fake glass, as you will, because that's just not, I don't care about that. And the reason why it's partially finished is because it's not technically in the frame yet. I have just been playing around with how I want it to look. It's not ironed. I hate ironing. I hate bringing out I have a teeny tiny space in my home. And when I bring out my ironing board, it takes up, and I'm not joking with you, it takes up all of the extra space in my living room. That's how tiny my house is. So I was thinking about ironing this weekend. I couldn't bring myself to do it. And so what I did instead was go on Amazon again, and I ordered myself a quilter's wool mat ironing thing. And it's supposed to be like a sheet of paper, but it's wool, felted wool. And then it comes with a quilter's mini iron. And so I'm going to give that a try. It should be here Wednesday. So let's see if that will work. And then once that gets here, the other thing in the package that I ordered was we have double-sided tape in the house, but I was looking at it and I could not bring myself to use it on my finished object here. So what I decided to do was go bite the bullet I was assuming it was going to be expensive. I ordered some double-sided fabric tape from Amazon as well, and it wasn't expensive at all. I think it was less than $7. I got the number 7 in my head. But I feel like it's also competing with the 688. But I'll link it below. It comes in a pack of 3 and it's 25 1/4 inch wide. And I'm okay with using that to secure things because I don't want to lace this. Because what if I decide to use the stand here? If I lace it, I can't use the stand, right? So I'm going to use that. So I was just playing around with how it would look in the frame, and then I just left it in there to keep me motivated, you know? So that is one partially finished. But back now, let's talk about fully finished. I have a series of 3 here. All 3 of these are from Temu. All 3 of them are on 11 count. Oh, by the way, this was stitched on 16 count Aida, hand dyed by me to make it look pinky. And the light here, the white brightness or the white factor or something like that is doubled because I've got all the windows open and it just snowed last night. So we've got extra reflection coming in, you know? So on these Temu ones, however, with 11 count, you stitch with 3 floss strands at a time. And I think all of these were when I was just getting into stitching and I didn't have a lot of confidence. So of course I was going to do stamped kits. Now I know I love stamped kits, so I have no problem with that. But anyway, I got a whole series of mountain scenes that reminded me of Alaska. So here's the first one that I finished. And it's a beautiful winter scene. I love it so much. So how did I finish this? So this right here, I am not sponsored by Amazon, but I think maybe what I will do is how do people create those lists on Amazon so people can go and say, oh, this is Emily's list of finds, and I want to get exactly that. That would be really useful to do. I'll research that out. If I can figure it out, I will just put a link in here to a list of my Amazon finds. If I can't, then every single product will be listed below. Well, one or the other, you will be able to get these things. Now, these frames are specifically made for cross stitchers. And the design is such that you put your design in a hoop and then you use this rubber band type thing, this elastic band that comes with it, and you string it through these grommet things, and then you tie it off once you have it to the tension that you like. So what I did before I put it in this frame was I put it in the hoop and then I laced up. And this was a learning process for me because I'd never laced before. I have learned now from this process that I thought that doing it on the very edge of the fabric was better. I think my doing it more in the middle or not too close to the frame, but maybe a finger's width or no, 2 fingers widths away from the hoop. I think that's about good. On my 3rd try, that's what I figured out. But I laced it all up. I just used some floss that I had on hand. I also learned in this process that you want to use at least 4 strands of floss. It makes your life so much easier. 2 strands, you can do it, but it is a little difficult. So 4 strands of floss. And the other thing is you want to make sure that your floss is as long as you can make it and feel comfortable. Because in one of these, I ran out of floss, and so I tied on a new strand. That did not work very well. I'm just saying, but I made it work. Anyway, so, and then this frame, it comes in a pack of 6, so you can get 6 finishes out of this. I did have to buy the hoops separately. I just bought a cheap, I think it's a 12 pack of wooden hoops, like no skin off my nose, because these are also like my play I was learning when I did these things. I'm still learning. Who am I kidding? But this is my next one that I absolutely love. Now, I know I started this last winter, but I didn't actually finish it until this summer. Somehow I got burnt out on it, but I came back to it and I finished it lickety split. Full coverage again. And here it looks on the back. This is the one where I ran out of floss, and so I had to tie on some more. But then, yeah, all kinds of things happen. It's complicated. So I can't exactly explain to you what I had to do there, but just know that this thing is jerry-rigged up the wazoo. Um, but I really love it. I love that one. Still on 11 count. And my last one is my Daisy cow. I know she doesn't have any daisies in her crown. I don't care. I call her Daisy cow. This one, I have a thing for cows and foxes and chickens and not real mice, but cartoon mice. The idea of mice. I have a thing for not so much horses, even though I love horses, but stitching wise, not so much, or decoration wise, not so much. Dogs, all that kind of stuff. So my office at work, I have kind of a farm, cozy cottage theme going on, and part of that is that I have animals on my wall, and I've got a big, beautiful painting of a cow on my wall. Actually, and then on the opposite end, I've got a barn that I got this painting for free, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And from one of my neighbors who was doing a garage sale, she's just like, take it. And it's absolutely gorgeous. So my plan is that I am going to stitch up a whole bunch of different farm animals and put them in these rounds and put them around my office. So I'm excited about that. Then, okay, so my last partially finished 1/2 finishes. Where's the other one? There it is. I was asked by my new friend, Darcel. She opened up. This woman is a genius. It's called the AK Art Lounge. It is so comforting and beautiful. I'll put a picture from her website up of what it looks like. And you can go in there and you can purchase the supplies to make a project. You can take a class from her or any of the teachers from the community that she has contracted with. You on Fridays from 2 to 9 p.m. every Friday, open craft day. Everybody come, just commune and craft. So I was there this last Friday. Oh my gosh, I had so much fun seeing my friends. And I didn't know who was going to be there, by the way. I met new friends. Yeah, it was amazing. I met a fellow therapist. Like I'd never met her. She's an art therapist, which is a very specialized field. Wow, I've got funny things going on there. Um, I am really impressed with art therapists. I have a few friends in Portland that are art therapists, and I wish I had that degree as well, but I can't afford to get a second master's in that. Okay, anyway, so while I was there, Darcel and I were chatting about my retreat, and I was putting up the flyer for it, and all of a sudden Darcel goes, Emily, would you be willing to teach a beginner cross stitch class? And I was like, oh, interesting. I've never done something like that before. I've taught knitting, but never cross stitch, especially since I'm so new at it. And I explained to her, like, you realize I'm new at this. She's like, yeah, but uh, and I'm self-taught as well. So, but we loved it. So we're gonna do it for December. It's gonna be a 2-week long class. And what the participants will be making is this. I'll put a picture up so you can see it without all this noisy background as well. But it is a tin sled, and on it is the stitched piece, which is the a 2025 Christmas tree, and I believe this is called Tiny Tree Duo, and it's from this year's 2025's Just Cross Stitch special of Christmas special magazine with all the ornaments in it. And I stitched this one on 16 count blue Aida, dark blue Aida. And I stitched this one, which did not come out so well because the glue dried before I could reposition this. And this is why this is one's a fail. I'm going to be redoing it as well. I love both of them. Both of them each took 45 minutes at most for me to stitch up. Each. So my plan is for the class is on the first week, I give them some scrap Aida 14 count to practice on. We get them comfortable with threading the needle, understanding floss and fabric and the number of floss threads equaling to the fabric that you're using, all this kind of stuff. And they're going and I'm going to bring in my collection of fabric and stuff so they can see the different things. And then I'm going to have them practice stitching on this scrap piece of Aida cloth. And then before they go, we'll break out their kits that I'm giving them as part of their class. And they'll start working on this project. And their homework will be to finish this project over the next week. So then on the second week when we meet together, we finish up whatever we need to finish up as far as stitching, and then we move on to finishing. Ideas for finishing, how to go about it, the different techniques, and all this kind of stuff. And they'll be finishing theirs on here. So the reason why this is only partially finished is because I didn't want it finished until we actually do the event. So those are all my fully finished and partially finished projects. Yay! So let's move on to new starts. Okay, my friends, let's get into new starts, shall we? You're going to see one of my pieces of haul right now. Are you ready? It's the Jingle Bell Ball bag for this year. It has the date on the back. And right now, this is housing all of my current whips and new starts. So all 10 of them, I believe it is. Yeah. That I am currently working on in the last 2 weeks. Let's make that very clear. Okay. So let's get into it. All right. So the first one out of my magic bag is my new start. It is the Feeling Frosty set from the Christmas special, just cross stitch. With this year's all about ornaments. And I currently am working on the polar bear, and then I'm going to move on to the moose after that. And I'm pretty darn happy with it. Now, pre-warning, I know this looks like a gun, but it's not a G word. It is a polar bear. It just happens to be where I stopped stitching at midnight last night. But this is where I'm at. I'm stitching this on 25 count Lugana from the Fat Quarter Shop, Lori Holt, I want to say, in the color Prim. I'm stitching it 2/2. And the coverage is not my favorite. But the thing about this is the sample set here was stitched on a Jobelin, the colorway 28 count Adventurine Jobelin. Now, I will say that I think the coverage would be much better on a 28 count. But I don't have 28 count, and I don't have Jobelin, and I don't have this color. I do have lots of different shades of blue. Like, for instance, I even hand dyed some blue, right? And I was working on, I still haven't finished or even touched this in the last 2 weeks. But the thing about it is I tried stitching this on 3 different blues in my stash, and the white didn't show up on any of them. I went through and I stitched this entire bottom border thing on all of them, and none of them you could even tell. So I gave up and I just decided, you know what? It's okay. It doesn't have to be on blue. Yes, blue is wintry, but this will look beautiful. Like the snow pops out, right? You can see it. So I'm going to do this for both of them. And I'm trying to do this really fast because, not fast so that I mess up, but fast because I want these as models at my class that I'm going to teach. So I am working on that, and it's stitching up super fast. I think I stitched on that for maybe 2 hours. And I was watching one of my spooky paranormal YouTube channel people while I was doing it, so I was a little distracted in that, you know, there was some sounds happening out in those woods, some whistles and some clacking of rocks, and I was like, oh boy. Anyway, another new start, which is also part of my haul. I signed up for the Cotton and Twine monthly box, which is actually super affordable. What isn't it like 25 US dollars? And then I think with shipping it went up to 32. So to me, that is super affordable for a hand curated, possibly one of a kind kit. I think, as in like one of a kind, everybody who gets this gets it. So I was kind of curious to see about others. And I went online and to Etsy, and I was searching out the historical sampler company. I just literally, the Continent Twine is owned by the historical sampler company in England. And I just searched out and I found a lady selling two of her Continent Twine kits from past years. And this one is the October kit from 2021. It literally had everything in it, including the chocolate, which was very out of date, so I had to throw it away. But okay, Christmas tree. There you go. Okay, so one more time. Ready? Christmas tree with ornaments and everything. And she was selling them even cheaper. I think I got them for less than $20 each and free shipping. So I started the Christmas tree, and this has been really fun. I think it's quite interesting the combination of the sharp lines down here and the sweeping branches up there. I think it's I think it's quite striking, and I'm really enjoying stitching on this. So my goal for this week is to finish the greenery of the tree, and then next week during Thanksgiving and everything, I plan on starting in on all of the ornaments and everything. But I'm stitching this on the fabric that came with the kit, which is a 14 count. I think it's Zweigart, but I'm not sure. Um, this seems to be the two kits that I got from this lady both had this exact same fabric in it. So I'm wondering if this is like their go-to, at least for Christmas, fabric that they use every year. I still have not yet received my order for this month. I know it's coming from England. I know I live in Alaska. I know shipping and everything, and customs and everything is horrible to get through, so I am not upset at all. Okay, I got the shipping notification email. I know it's coming. I'm good. So, okay, where's my other new start? Oh, here it. Oh, I have more than this as a new start. Okay, so my kit from Hello from Liz Matthews. I started stitching on that at the sit-in at the AK Art Lounge on Friday. And what I decided to do was use 22 count Ada from my stash, and I cut it and I started in on one of the houses. Get out of the way so maybe you can get, there you go. This is quite enjoyable. So I'm stitching it 1/1, and I'm really loving the coverage, the feel, the action of the needle through the fabric, everything. So this might be my new go-to. I don't know. I'm gonna give it a whirl. 22 count Ada, which when you think about that, so is that 40 count linen, or is there such a thing as 44? I thought it was 46 count linen. was the next one up. So I don't know which one it would be equivalent to. But because it's Ada, I can actually see the holes and not have to freak out about trying to, where's those strands of linen so I can count? And I think, would that be 1/2? I don't know. But I got my kit there. So yeah, I'm just using the called for DMC that she had in the kit. And we went over the kit a couple weeks ago, so I won't bore you with going over it again. But I will say that it is enjoyable. If I hadn't been so focused on designing the class this last weekend, I would have totally just focused on that because it's so great. Okay, now where is my last one? Oh, it's over here. And it's a very piddly scarf. So my other one of my other kits from the Jingle Bell Ball is the um winter wreath, and I'm trying to stitch this on the called for fabric, and I just realized, oh, okay, there we go. So, which I believe, hold on, let's see here. What do we got here? Okay, so this is Winter's Wreath. So this is stitched on vintage Country Mocha 32 count linen from Zweigart. And I started this during a meeting, and I've literally, that's four, is that 4 stitches or three? That's 3 stitches. But I was really struggling to count and figure this out because this is the first time I've ever stitched on linen. So I really need to sit down and concentrate. One of the YouTubers I watch is also doing this, and she said in her latest episode, because I started on one of the pine cones. Let's see if there's a picture in here of the finished. No, there isn't. But the pine cone is a lot of work, and that's what I started it on. I did want to show you one thing that I did that I feel is super cute. I've got some random, you know, greeting cards around the house. And so what I did on this one, they're blank, and this is just an angel. And I just decided I was going to use it as my floss keeper for this because it was Christmassy to me. See, the angel says joy. And then I just arranged all of my flosses around. And then the color chart that came with the kit, I just taped it inside where you would normally write your note or your greeting to somebody. And I love it. I think it's so sweet. So that's another idea for you for organizing your floss. I mean, it's kind of technically like one of those floss cards that you get, but it's homemade. So it won't last more than this one project, I don't think, because the card is too flimsy. But it was fun. And I have one more start, but I don't really want to show it to you because it was really frustrating. I got a kit from Michael's. A friend of mine came into town, and because we had a work retreat, I don't think I can fit this back in here. I don't even know how I got this in there to begin with. Okay. Anyway, a friend came into town. I picked her up from the airport, Jimmy and I did, and then we had fun. She lives up in Fairbanks, so when she comes into town, she likes to do some shopping because Fairbanks, Anchorage is like Seattle to Fairbanks. As okay, did that make sense? Anchorage, we used to go all the time to Seattle to do all of our shopping, for the big stuff once a year. And Fairbanks people, they will often come to Anchorage to do the same thing. So when my friend Amy was here, we did some shopping, and we were at Michael's at one point, and I found some cross stitch kits there, which I will actually, I'll just show you one of these now, even though it's supposed to be for haul. I got 2 different kits. Here's the other one. I can't find the one I started, but this just reminded me of my dog, Teddy. So I wanted that. This is so cheap. So cheap. As in, like, the products inside are cheap. The floss is most definitely polyester. It is not cotton, and I hate it. Oh, it's like my teeth itched every time I tried to use it. And the way the stitches laid on the fabric was horrendous. It just looked like a 4-year-old stitched it, you know? So, um, you win some, you lose some. But I don't know where that is. And I kind of just didn't even want to show it to you, so I don't know why we're still talking about it. All right, let's move on to. Okay, so on to whips. So my first whip is an oldie but a goodie. It's my brother's birthday / Christmas present for him this year. It's Rio de Janeiro by this awesome pattern company. They are out of the Ukraine, and yeah, they're an amazing company. I love them. I've been talking to one of I don't know if it's a rep or the owner quite a lot, private messaging. It's been fun. But this is where I've gotten to. I've put it onto an off-brand Nerge hoop. Nerge has this black tensioner thing right there on the handles that creates the extra tension that you need to keep your fabric taut. This one doesn't, so it's slipping out quite a lot in here, and so it's not taut, and I have to keep on stretching it back out. So last time you saw it, if I have a picture of it, I'll put it here, but I've done quite a lot of work. I finished up the Capitol building. It was about half done. Then I finished up the bridge. I stitched all of this over here. I stitched the water here, or the lines going up here. I'm not really sure what that is. And then I started in on this bluish greeny color that will go and swoop around up there. And I love it. Hopefully that's focusing on it. I love everything from Awesome Patterns. Oh, everything. I really want to make another order. There's quite a few kits that I want from them. And so that's being stitched on 16 count, 2/1. And it's being housed in my PT bag, which is nice. It feels like a little soft pillow. I just want to cuddle with it. I love it. All right, and my second oldie but a goodie is my Santa Bear stamped cross stitch kit from Temu. And this is being stitched on 14 count, 2/1, and it is stamped. And the last time you saw it, I still needed to stitch all of this right here of the black. And I did that, and then I started in on the gold. And I know you have no idea what I'm talking about, because when we look at stamped cross stitch, it just is, you can't see the progress. So I'll turn it around for you. There you go. Now you can see my progress. There's the gold at the bottom, which is all over the place. And then there's all of the black that I did. This is a fun stitch. I love stitching on this. It's very comforting as well. So I love it. All right. So those are my whips. Pretty quick and easy, right? It's my oldie but a goodies whips, right? Because you saw my new starts. Well, not all of them, because I can't find the one. Oh, but that's okay. That's okay. So why don't we move on to acquisitions, or haul, if you will? Okay, on to my haul. I'm a little bit frustrated because I literally got through what I thought was recording this entire segment, only to find out I never pressed record. So there was a part of this segment that we were going to go through a mystery box together and discover everything together. And now my surprise is now gone. I will tell you though, the mystery box is strange and worthwhile. So let's just start with my normal acquisitions first, okay? So when my girlfriend was in town, we were at Michael's and I got those two kits. This is one of them. And don't get these kits. The fabric is horrendous. The floss is polyester. Not worth it. I do like the designs though. This one is kitschy and it's funny to me because it reminds me of my dog Teddy who's being squished by me, but he's sitting behind me. But Teddy has no eyes, so my husband pointed out you have to fix that in the pattern. So it's like, oh boy, because the eyes on this guy are pretty big and Teddy has none. So one of two things could happen. Either I could change out the thread and make it Oscar with black, or I could fix the eyes. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not doing it this year. I found a guy on eBay who was selling cross stitch kits with free shipping, and his prices were pretty good, pretty decent. So I ordered 3 kits from him from Riolas. It was a weird seller. He was selling things like video games, VHS tapes, lots of crafty stuff. It was weird. It was like he cleaned out his garage or his mom's garage or something. I don't know. Anyway, but I got what I wanted from him. So I got these 3 kits. They were all put out in 2017. They are all on 14 count Aida, finish size 6x6. They all have beads, ribbon, and some of them have charms. And so none of them have names that I can read anyway. So this first one is number 1660, and it is a Christmas chalet. It's got some beautiful ribbon and beads. And that's what it looks like on the back. Then we have a Christmas German, I'm calling it a German cottage. That's what it looks like to me. And this one, I believe, is the one that has a charm in it. Yep, this one has a bell in it. And I think, I don't know where the bell is. Let me see here. I don't know. It doesn't show it on the picture. Huh. But it's pretty. And this last one is Chris Santa coming to pay a visit. I don't think he's delivering presents in this. I think he's just visiting a friend. Because otherwise, he should be on the roof, right? So it looks nice and cozy. I like it. This one has ribbon as well. All of them have a bow that goes somewhere on their cottages. Yeah, I like these. So I would like to cast on one of these. I wanted to cast on the chalet, but I don't know that I'll get to that this year. And then my kit from 121 Stitch came. I ordered this, not kit. I ordered this package, I think like 3 or 4 days after my surgery. So it took about 6 weeks to get here. 121 Stitch, it came in the exact same packaging, and it even says on here somewhere, Painting Fairy Cross Stitch. So 121 Stitch is a subsidiary of Painting Fairy. I think the difference is that 121 Stitch actually has the copyright or the permission or the contract with the artists to reproduce their designs in stamped kits, and they're getting compensated. I know this because I watched another lady on YouTube who is an affiliate with 121 Stitch talk about this. So What I got from them, I won't go through it like I did last time. Sorry, guys, you're getting the tired side of Emily now. But I got 50 of these floss drops. That tells you nothing. Okay. All right. All right. So these floss drops are pretty cool in that they have a spot for your storage of your thread, your working thread. You can hand stitch on some of the threads so that you have it on there. And then they have a spot for putting on a label and saying what DMC color it is. So I like that. I don't think it comes with any labels though. Yeah, you have to provide your own labels. But I think I got 50 of these for, I mean, I don't remember placing this order, guys. So I actually can't tell you. But um, there's that. Then I do, though, remember this part of the order. Because when it came, I was like, oh my gosh, yes, I want to stitch that now. It is a Christmas train. And my husband and my son love trains. I can't wait. Oh, we can't afford it this year, she says as she's showing you all the things that she's bought. But you know, those really nice Christmas round the Christmas tree trains, I want us to save up and get one of those. I think Jimmy would just love it. But this is a stamped kit, 16 count. This pattern is Christmas Train by Fiericue. Fiericue? There you go. This is going to be a big piece. Actually, let's take it out and see, because I haven't taken it out yet, but I can tell it's going to be big. I mean, not as big as some of the kits I've bought, but wow. I mean, okay, let's see which way's up. Okay, so it's this way. So it's about 3 of my heads. What do you think? 3 of my heads? And so that's what the stitches look like on here. The stamp looks like. This is really good. I like the feel of this, and they are all seamed around the edges, so there will be no fraying. Yeah, this looks really good. I'll be able to read these stitches pretty darn well, I think. These grids. Yeah. 16 count, so I'd still use 2 flosses. Oh, look at this. They don't cheap out, man. It comes on their own acrylic floss organizers, and there's 2 of them in here with all the threads. Oh, and they tied it with a pretty little bow. Nice. Oh, and look at this. Sorry, I guess there is something that was surprised. The pattern comes in its own envelope. I mean, I think I knew this part from the lady who, yeah, good quality. It comes with a color chart just in case. Because, you know, if you get these wet, you know, the stamped design will come off. So I actually do have plans once I have finished a couple those tiny ornaments. I do have plans that I will cast this on. I'm hoping to do that on Thanksgiving Day. Like I would like this to be my Thanksgiving start. I know that it won't be done this year for Christmas, but still. And then I bought fabric. What? For instance, let's start off with the biggest piece. What the hey? Um, this is definitely 14 count. I would not be surprised if this is 6 feet long. I mean, I can't go, I don't know. And I have 2 sheets of it. Right? I look pretty good with that. Hmm. Um, oh, I better fold it back the way it needs to be folded so that it'll go back in okay. Actually, I have no flippin' idea how to do this. Who am I kidding? It'll just go back in the way it goes, way I can do it. There you go. Okay, but there are so many possibilities with this. I have no idea why I did this. I don't know if they were running some kind of special or it was, I have no flipping idea, but I'm not upset that I did. Let's just say that. Okay. Okay, so there's that. Then I bought 2 things of 25. I'm assuming this is 25 count. Easy grid. This is not on cotton. This is definitely on polyester. The drape on this is pretty extensive. These are big swaths of fabric and still even folded up and in the package you can see the drape. So you would have to put these on at minimum a hoop in order to get some even stitches. But I'm thinking, actually I'm not really sure that this was in my head when I ordered these because I feel like it's only been happening the last few weeks. But I've been getting kind of an itch to try a Hade or a pattern from Pain Free Crafts. I've been looking. I've been looking. So one of them might be coming into use. And then I have 3 different 14 count Adas. They usually have these on sale. I thought you could only buy one at the sale price, but somehow I've gotten 3, so I might have somehow finagled it. One of these was a 99 cents, or maybe 2 of them, I don't know, and the other one was 1.99. So they always have that on their website, 99 cents and the 1.99. And they are all 40 by 50 centimeters. I've got this beautiful blue. I love this blue. And the sun's going down, so our light's changing. I've got this spring green. And this interesting sherbet. I might even stitch a fall piece on this. So, last in this package is something very interesting. Emily, you should not have been making an order, and this proves why. I ordered Springtown by Lena Suchomska in 16 count and 18 count. The exact same project. Exact same. Yeah, I did. So I've already decided the 18 count is going into a giveaway pile. So I'm going to start my giveaway pile. The 16 count will stay with me. So I'm pretty, this to me feels like a spring start. So, okay. Now I need to pause for a moment because my throat is really hurting. This is now my 3rd time trying to record this little segment of the mystery box. I don't know why I keep using this app that I'm using. It keeps on stopping recording about 5 minutes in, and then I have to restart. But a lot of the times I don't even notice that it stopped recording. Anyway, my mystery $20 goodie box. Some of these things are gold. A lot of it is trash. Okay. But it was still worth the $20. First on our trash heap are these weird bugs. I don't know if they're ladybugs, bees, or what, but they're falling apart. I don't like them. They creep me out. Gone. Next up, which is technically on the trash heap, but at the same time, this might be one of my favorite things in here that is not cross stitch related. No, it is my favorite thing in here that is not cross stitch related. Mary Englebright Desk Diary from 1996. 30 years old and brand spanking new. Never been touched in any way by a pen of any sort. And see, look at that. Wouldn't that be amazing as a floss drop? Or a floss card? So I was kind of thinking that I could take these and glue on some cardboard to the back or pasteboard or something, and then make punch the holes to make it into floss drops. Not all of these, but some of them. I don't know these, and it'd be fun to give this a try. And if it works, make them like party favors or something. It'd be fun. Then I got 3 different Chanel ribbons. Two are flowery, and one is this weird gardeny rainbow sherbety thing going on. I have a thing for sherbet apparently today. I got some random garland stuff, which I don't know. I'm gonna see if I feel comfortable using them on my Christmas tree, or maybe just throw them away without opening it. I don't know. I got a pop socket keychain handle holder. Random. And then, my second favorite thing that I got from the non-cross stitch section of the box are these chalkboard name tag birdies. And I don't like them for the intended purpose. I think it would be amazing if we could find a way to cross stitch a pattern that would then be cut out to be on the birds and make them into a garland to string across the room. Wouldn't that be fun? I think that would be amazing. This might go, I'm going to put it in my giveaway pile. If you guys want it, I will totally give this away because I don't have the brain space or the time. And I will tell you why about that later. And this is on top of the class that I'm putting together and my regular job. But I just don't have the brain space for it. But it is super cute. Okay. Now into the treasures. We're going to go from least treasury up to my pinnacle. Okay. So least of all treasury in the cross stitch section is this kit by Janlin. It's some kind, okay, what is it called? Simplicities by Janlin, Kitten with and Daisies. And from what I can tell, you only cross stitch the face because it comes with this printed board and then the face is in the middle there. So I'm thinking you only cross stitch this face. This is going into the giveaway pile. You know I don't like cats. This one is also going into the giveaway pile, but it's going to my niece. Well, I have to ask her if she wants it. If she doesn't want it, then it'll go into the regular giveaway pile. This is Matted Accents Oriental Irises by Dimensions. Finished size is 4x6. And it comes with the mat board to frame it. My fingers on the mat board. It's 14 count. So I'm putting that into the giveaway pile, but I'm going to ask my niece first. Okay. Next is a needlepoint kit by Dimensions again. I think this is flower pedestal. No, flowers on a pedestal. You know I love my needlepoint, even though I've never done one yet. This is a stamped kit. Comes with all that you need, and this was put out in 2000. That's fun. Okay. Now these are technically tied for my number one, but you guys should have seen my face when I pulled first this one and then the next one out of this box. I'm not ashamed to say I was like, I don't know how to explain it. I was just overwhelmed and so excited. I got a Mill Hill kit, spring number 8. It's a rooster and it's got beads and I think it's got a button too. So even on sale, these go for nothing less than 12, I think, right? I'd have to look at 123 Stitch again. They're always the ones that I've gotten, the two others that I have. Yeah. And then the piece de resistance. You might not think this is that. I do. Decorative Silhouettes Turning Goose kit from 1988, 87. I'm going to have to look at the thing. I love this so much. 1987. I was 6 years old when this came out, when this was sold or came out. I don't know. Um, you will see in my FlossTube extra, I have a horse one that I bought off of Etsy for more than $20 that I am it's a unicorn actually, and I'm super excited about. And now I've got a goose. Both of these kits are definitely going to be in my 45 for 45 plans, just so you know. Okay, so let's get it up close because you got to see the lace detail, you got to see all the stitching detail. It's gorgeous and it comes with everything you need. Okay. Now, went through, these are all pattern things. I got about halfway through these when I found out that I was not recording. I'm not going to go through them like I went through the first time. Like I was literally paging through and stuff. But I will tell you that the decorative crochet magazine that I got was super fun. Interesting. Lots of doilies in here. Oh, this is one I haven't actually gone through yet, so I guess I will. 4 Seasons, Charted Designs for Cross Stitch and Needlepoint. Oh, okay. Are all of these patterns in there? It feels way too thin for all of them to be in there. Oh, interesting. Oh, they're all separate pieces of paper. Okay, and they're all, oh, you can tell they've all been well loved. Yeah, because it's double-sided, and on each side, there's a pattern. Oh, a wishing well. And oh, look. Oh, they did kind of each theme. They carried it through. Oh, I see it. They must have been like fold outs and then and then the lady that had these before must have ripped them open. Kites and a house. Kids flying kites and a house. I thought they were fishing at first. A farm. A cat or a schoolhouse, I'm thinking. In autumn with a pumpkin patch. And then kids sledding and a sleigh ride. for winter. This is fun. I'll have to go through these and see if there's any of them that I'd actually stitch. I mean, look, this has been well loved, man. I wonder if they stitched all of them. These are designs by Anne von Wagner Young. That's a mouthful. Does it say what year? It feels like the 80s again. 1980. There you go. So I was gonna say it's kind of got the vibes of 70s, 80s in here. That's fun. Oh, interesting. Oh, I must have like put the ones that I'd already gone through on the bottom or something. Nursery rhymes that count. I'm assuming this is cross stitch. Oh, look at that cute thing on the back. Jack and Jill. So this is, oh, look, there's the pictures of the designers. Is this 70s as well? Number 85, cross stitch cottage. 1960. This is 1960. What? This is almost as old as my mom and dad. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not even showing you anything. I wonder if I could get the rights to reproduce these. To market, to buy a fat pig. Home again, jiggity jig. Is this Old Mother Hubbard on the front then? These are nursery rhymes. Hippity hop to the barber shop to get a stick of candy. One for you and one for me and one for Sister Mandy. Never heard of that rhyme. To the barber shop to get a stick of candy? Why the barber shop? Oh, it is Old Mother Hubbard on the cover. Old Mother Hubbard went to the cupboard to get her poor dog a bone. I didn't think that was the end of it. Three little kittens, they lost their mittens and they began to cry. Okay, so it's not the entire rhymes. This is fun! What's this one? Oh, it's no. Donnie R. Carson was born into the world on the 20th day of October, 1968, to Russell and Patricia. May the Lord bless and keep you always. Oh, this is like it's like a death kind of announcement or something. Or is it a birth announcement? Oh my gosh, I shouldn't go to the dark places. Maybe it's a birth announcement. I wonder if these ladies are still around. They look well weathered. No, not well weathered. They just don't look like they're 10 years old. And my dad was born in 1950. He would have been 10 when this came out. And he's in his 70s now, 76 or 70, 75. So these ladies would be in their 90s or 100 at this point. They said, "Thank you, cross stitch enthusiasts, for your wonderful response to our first book, Count Your Stitches. We hope this book will want you to continue to create or want to start precious heirlooms. It's been a pleasure to hear from so many of you who have enjoyed our designs. We hope you enjoy these nursery rhymes designed for cross stitch by Gloria and Pat." I'm gonna look these people up. That's fun. Okay. Ooh, a regal rose, a distinctive floral alphabet. Where's the back? Oh, wow. Okay, I have to show you. I just have to. Look at the design. Wow, look at that. Okay. Yeah, it's a good thing I showed you because there isn't anything. Okay, well, sort of. I guess if you focus in on the the T or the J, whatever letter that is right there. You can see a little bit. That's gorgeous. Ooh, I want to stitch these up. Oh, there's the M. There you go. Look at the M. Yeah. Yeah, I'm stitching that. Ooh, I got a Piecework magazine. If any of you don't know what Piecework is, it is a knitting, heirloom type, more kind of like cult. That's a terrible thing to say. It's a step above the normal knit magazines, as in like they try to do. Yeah, see right here. I have already turned to an article here. Okay, hold on. I gotta find the articles. Oh, that's cute. The Great Yarn Ball Contest. There's an article on that, but there's some history things in here too. So there's a whole article in here on a fleur-de-lis needle case to embroider. Like they don't historical, that looks like Jane Austen. Actually, that doesn't look like Jane Austen now that I look at her. Of course, no, it is not Jane Austen. Oh, okay. Anyway, so I'm gonna have a good time looking at that, and if I don't like it, then I'll send it on to my niece. If I don't think I'll stitch anything out of it. This one was fun. I cannot wait to get into this one better. But this is a cross stitch magazine I've never heard of called Cross Country Stitching. If you've ever heard of it, let me know below. Do you guys have some of these? Because boy, howdy, this is fun. Um, let's see if I have a date on this. 2005, May. No, this is the June 2005 edition. I think I'd like to get. Wow, can you believe this? It was $5.50 back in 2005. So that's more than, so now that they're about $20 each, what is that, 4 times as much now? And then the last one, which I really won't go into, is the sculptured crochet sculpture. I still don't understand exactly what they're talking about when they say it's a sculpture. But I think I have to read into it. I think it's part of maybe the finishing, like you know how you can use cornstarch or some kind of starch to make your crochet stiff. So I'm assuming that's what that is. So yeah, but I'll read into it later. But anyway, so that, my friends, is my $20 goodie box and all my haul from the last couple weeks. Remember, I ordered this more than 6 weeks ago. The one that came from these 3 patterns that came from eBay, I know it took a while to get here. I just thought I have to go back and look at because he sent it the slow way. But I'll have to go back to see what my order date was. But I feel like it was like 3 or 4 weeks to get here. And then of course, the mystery box I bought this morning for $20. So a good big pile for giveaway. Huh. Yeah. Okay, my friends, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate all of you. If you would like to subscribe and like, I don't know, maybe that's what's changing on my algorithm. People are liking it? No? Mm, I don't know. It's weird. But comment below if you would like to receive any of those. Do not put giveaway in your comments at all because I don't want the bad people to come, but you can you know what, let's go ahead and just give away these 2 things right now. Let's give away the birds, so just say birds, and the cat, so just say cat in your comment if you want the cat. And you can in your one comment you can use both. The cat chased the bird. There you go. You can put that as your comment. But I'd also love to hear which one of my haul is your favorite? Which one would you want to start? Like right away? Or are none of them your style? Because I know that we all have different styles. I mean, half the time when I'm watching people who are stitching up those full coverage hates, I'm just like, why? Like, why would you put that much effort into that? And at the same time, I know it brings them joy. So I have no place to talk, right? But I'm curious. Oh, here's another thing you can comment. I would love to hear. Okay, what patterns of full coverage are on your wish list? Because I'd like to try and get some direction, because I get a little overwhelmed when I go to the Haid website. There is so much to look at and so little time. Anyway, thank you for joining me, my friends, and remember to love what you stitch and stitch what you love. Ta-ta for now.